Hello everybody, and welcome back to Bible Love Journey with Patty. It has been quite a while since I have been here and done a video. I looked back and it was in February. So no excuses here. It's just been busy. It's springtime on a farm, and if you live on a farm or in the country, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to try to do this today. It's been storming here all morning, but it has kind of let up and the sun's trying to pop out. So maybe things are brighter and a little bit lighter. I have had lots and lots of questions about my scripture writing. And if you're new to this channel, welcome, and I'll tell you just a little bit about it. I started in 23 writing out the entire ESV Bible, and I finished that last year. I finished that in June of 24, and I missed it so much, and I was gifted a blank Bible by Humble Lamb. And so I just started again, and I'm writing out the King James Version this time. So I wanted to show you how I finish up a page and start another page in this blank Bible. And, you know, if you're doing this, you may be using a blank notebook that doesn't have lines. And so I'll kind of show you how I do this. So bear with me just a moment while I finish this page. Almost finished here. I'm not in my normal writing place. I have a desk where this is all that I do. But I am at my dining room table right now. Okay, so that is the end of that page. And I date every page. I don't know why I do, but it helps me go back. And sometimes I'll write a little note down here if it's a special day. And, you know, I guess I'm not sure how much you can see here. Let me go back up here. I have right here, I'm going to move this so you can see some different things. This is just, it's actually my Kindle case, but I keep that right there because when you write a whole lot, you need something to prop your wrist on, and this has just always worked for me. And on this side, I have actually a Bible inside a cover to prop my other arm up on, and it just works really well. And another thing that you're going to need, underneath here, I have a couple of notebooks. And you need a variety of thicknesses because as you're swapping the written page from the unwritten page to the other side, this side is going to grow, this side is going to shrink, and so you're going to need something under here to make this a level writing surface for you. So just think about that. You know, right now I'm using 2, but as time goes on, you know, it will swap over and I'll need something under this other side. So just some little pointers there. It will make it so much more comfortable for you while you're doing your writing if you do that. So you can see I've got this clip here, and that's just to help me hold the pages. But what I wanted to show you is, so, you know, these are just blank Bible paper. And it's pretty thin, no lines. So in order to write straight, what I have figured out that works well for me is I took the Bible that I'm copying from, which is just an Humble Lamb, you know, same font size, same paper. And I found a page that, like this one here, I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. Let me move this just a little bit. Sorry about that. I took a page that didn't have a whole lot of blank spaces and beginning and endings of chapters, that kind of thing. And I just put it on my copier and copied that page and tried to get it really, really, really flat and copied it. So I just have a random page here. And I'm sliding that underneath this blank page because the paper is so thin you can see through it. And the only thing that's doing, and I don't know if you can tell, but that is giving me a faint line to go by. And so that works really well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this page and just kind of show you. The other thing I'm using, excuse me, is this thin piece of plastic. And first, let me show you what that is. I've got two different kinds here. Both of these came from Hobby Lobby. I got this one off of the clearance. But this is the one that I think I'm actually using right now. This one, it says, it's a quilter's plastic template. But it's just some sheets of plastic. And what that's doing is keeping me from bearing down onto the page behind it. Because this paper is so thin, if you don't do something, I found that it was indenting the page behind it and made it even harder to write on. This is made to make your own stencils is what this one's for. It's stencil blanks, but either one of these will work. And so I just cut a sheet of that the size of my Bible paper. And so what I'm doing, first let me get this straight. Make sure I've got it under there pretty straight. I can kind of see those lines. All right, that's pretty straight. And then I'm going to take this thin sheet of plastic and slide it right under there. So that gives me a harder surface. And that's even more important on this other side because it almost gets soft like cloth the more you write through the pages on this thin paper. And then this clip holds it all down for me. And that just works really well. And the first thing I do is number my page. And this one was 138. So this one is going to be 139. And y'all, I'm not in my regular position and I don't have my regular lighting to do this. But I'm just going to start the first, this first page for you. Just going to write a couple of lines just to kind of show you. Now, but that just gives you an idea of what I'm doing. You know, with what I'm doing in this particular Bible, I'm trying to mimic the lines, the size of the writing, the layout from this Bible. Now, you will notice my page numbers are different, but that's because this Humble Lamb Bible has a lot of illustrations in it, and I have skipped over those. I have put a few illustrations in my Bible with some stickers, but not as many as they had. So that's one thing that I wanted to show you today is how I'm setting this up. Now, another really big question, and I'm going to move some of these things out of the way now that I've shown you that. One of the big questions is about making mistakes. And y'all, we all make mistakes. Nobody is going to do this and not make a mistake. So don't worry about it. If they bother you, then I will show you some ways that I have fixed them. When I wrote out the Bible the first time, I really worried about mistakes when I first started. And then I realized, you know, we all make mistakes. You know, I'm going to pass this on to my daughter and granddaughter. They know I make mistakes. And I think they're just going to appreciate my handwriting, my notes, things like that. So I'm not so much worried about mistakes. But I'm going to show you. When I was thinking about doing this video yesterday, I thought, well, I will go back through here and find some of my mistakes. Well, I made two on the same page, so the Lord showed them to me, so I can show them to you. So the first thing, you probably noticed there's a little butterfly up here at the top of this page. Well, I made a mistake there. I wrote the wrong word, and my mind was wandering evidently. And so I just put this little butterfly sticker over it and went right on with the word that I was supposed to write on the other side of it. So I do that sometimes. You can get sheets of little flowers, little butterflies, you know, whatever floats your boat there on that. Excuse me. And those little tiny stickers, they're cute inside the writing, and you can cover up lots of things with those. So looking at this page, just glancing at it, I don't see another mistake. But when I look closely, I know where it is, so I can show it to you. But I don't think just glancing at it, you will notice it that much. So I'm fixing to show you where it is. And I've got to look for it. Okay, right here. I wrote that word on the wrong line. And you can see that I drew one line through it. And that's it. I have found, you know, if you try to like scribble out the whole thing, you're going to notice it. It's going to stand out like a neon sign. And I'm an old nurse, so, you know, we learned you draw one line through it and put your initials up over it when you make a mistake. Well, I'm not putting my initials up over it, but I'm just drawing one line through that mistake. And it doesn't really show up, but it just is what it is. And I don't think that it's anything to really worry about when you make a mistake. Just acknowledge it with put something over it or draw a line through it and go on. So that's a couple of things that I wanted to show you about the scripture writing that I'm doing right now. I am really enjoying writing out the King James. It was never my favorite translation until I started writing it out, and now I am really, really enjoying it. And I'm going to straighten this up here. Just bear with me. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is some of the people that have asked me questions. One lady told me just the other day that she was watching another gentleman on YouTube, John Miles, and that he was also writing out, he's writing out the New Testament. And I watched his video, and it was so refreshing, and it just touched me that he was just so excited about the scripture writing, that he looked forward to the part of the day when he got to do some scripture writing. And he had watched my video, and I just want to tell you some about his. He's using just a Styleology grid notebook, writing his down, and it's just so refreshing to me. You know, I'm trying to take so much time here and get everything straight. And he's just enjoying writing the scriptures, which is what we should be doing. He's writing out the New Testament for now. He may write out the rest of it later. But I noticed some things that I wanted to tell you he was doing that I just thought was great. He's doing a little bit of color coding. He is writing the words of Christ in red. And I think that's just great. It looks really, really good. And he's printing instead of a cursive writing, and he's leaving a really wide margin so that he can put his own notes in there. And I think that's such a great idea to leave that to his family later, and they will actually not only see the scripture that he wrote, but his notes in his own handwriting. So I just think that's so refreshing, and I'm going to leave a link to his channel down below so that y'all can watch his videos. I've watched a few of them, and I plan on watching the rest of them. And he's just a very, very nice young man. And I also get lots of questions about these pens. And I have told y'all before that I got them off of Amazon and can't pronounce the name. I don't think there is not one word of English on here. So I'm going to leave a link to those below for you. They're very economical. So I wanted to leave you a link to those. And I'm going to show you some other things that I have found that might be helpful to you. I have a lot and lots of folks ask me where to get these blank Bibles, and I wish I could just put a link for them and tell you where to get them. This one was gifted to me by the Bible company, Humble Lamb, and to my knowledge, they do not make these for sale. I think they make a few of them with every batch, and I see where they do some giveaways and different things with them. I wish they would make them for sale, and maybe if enough people inquire about it, they will. But right now, they don't offer them for sale. And I have also contacted Scholar Bibles. I have contacted Allen Bibles and Tyndale, and they do not offer a blank Bible for sale. So maybe if there's enough of us out there that are interested in that, maybe they will, but right now they don't. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what I found that I think could possibly work for those of us that want to do scripture writing. There is a lady on Instagram, and I don't want to butcher her name. Her shop is Ali Reyes or Ryer, and I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I'm going to hold this up here and let y'all make your own decision on that. But she is on Instagram, and on her Instagram, then there is a link to her shop. These notebooks have 1,000 pages. This one is a hardcover, and I'm going to show you the soft cover. This one is a smaller grid, and I put this one just in a Planner Perfect cover there. But I'm going to show you the grid. I'm not sure how much light we've got here. But there's 1,000 pages in here, and it seems to lay pretty flat. And even this is a soft cover, but it's like a linen cover. It's just very nice, very well made. And this one is the hard cover, and it, that lays pretty flat. It's a really small grid, but I'm thinking that you could use, if you don't want to write that small, you could use, 2 of the grids per letter. But anyway, these are very, very nice, and I think they would do a really good job. It's 1,000 pages. This is a B6 size. She also has an A5 size. I have one of those coming. But it's something that you might want to check out. I wish that this hardcover was also in this larger grid, but it's in the smaller grid. And I'm not sure, she may offer that on her website. I'm not sure on that. But I just wanted to show y'all these because I think they're very well made. I really like them. And I like the paper. So, I'm not sure if you could get the whole Bible in this B6 size. It's possible that you could. I mean, this is a really, really chunky notebook, you can see. I really like this hardcover. But that is an option for you. The other one, when I was looking at the notebook that Mr. Miles was using, the Stayology, I was thinking that I had some Sterling ink notebooks that were very similar to that. Now, this is an A5 size with the grid, and this has 520 pages. This would take a lot of writing. And I think this one is 270 pages, the smaller one. And, it's possible you could get the New Testament in the smaller one and the Old Testament in the larger one, possibly. That would make a pretty nice setup. You can see the 2 of them along with a book that I've got here for notes. But they fit really well inside this A5 cover. So that's also something to think about. And the other thing that I want to talk to you about is everybody's always asking me, what am I working on? What am I doing? So I was just going to kind of show you that. One thing I'm doing right now is this devotional, Heart of Gold, and this is by Elizabeth Elliot. And there's a group that's doing this. It's Jesus, Java, and Journaling. And that group is headed up by Stacy Keith. And I will include a link to that also. And I'm doing the Bible recap, but I'm doing it different this time. I'm doing the audio version on Dwell, and I really, really like it. I love to hear Tara-Leigh Cobble speak. And, I listen to that while I'm driving or washing dishes, doing something. And I'm just really enjoying the audio version of that. And then I'm still working with this Charles Stanley Life Principles Bible. I really, really like it. And I'm trying to, I have been in it once before. And so I looking at this, I don't have a particular marking system. When I went through it before, I just did highlighting. So this time I'm underlining the things that stick out to me, and I'm trying to put some little tabs here if there's something I want to go back to. So no particular marking system, just enjoying it. And that's really all that I have that I wanted to talk to you about. Really just wanted to show you how I'm setting up those pages. And, you know, everybody asking me, how do you write on a blank page? Well, that's just some of the things I'm doing. I had one lady that left me a message that you can go on your computer and set up, make yourself a page of lines to fit whatever font you're using and page size that you're using, and print it out. Now, I just use my iPad and phone, so I'm not sure if you can do it on that also or not, but that's a great idea that she had. So if you have any more questions for me, be sure and leave them. And I'm going to do another video before long. I'm going to go through all of the questions I had on the scripture writing video and try to answer those in a video for you. So I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've been here. I'm going to try to do a little bit better on that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. And y'all just enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.